How can I be a quitter when haters don't stop? I'm living proof. It's pretty safe to say, God give it, God take it away. It's the worldwide American way. I'm living proof.
What's going on, guys? Proof here. I'm bringing you episode 8. I think it's 8. Last time I checked, it was 8. Episode 8 of the Proof Positive podcast. Today, I'm going worldwide. I'm filming in Charlotte, North Carolina, my old stomping ground.
We miss you, bro. We miss you.
Worldwide, don't worry about it. People know me in Japan, I'm sure. And
Well, I'm Malaysian. Does that count?
it counts. We got multicultural podcast. And today I'm joined by two of my friends, Noah. Say hi, Noah.
Sup?
And Philip. Say hi, Philip.
Hello.
And we're going to be going off top of the dome, talking generally about Vanguard life. And before we get started, let you guys talk a little bit about yourselves, about how you got started with Vanguard, what's the clans you like to play and whatnot. Who wants to start?
Save best for last. Oh, thank you.
I guess I'll be going last then.
Oh,
touche.
Got him.
Touche.
Got him.
Fine.
No, he's not involved.
All right. I'll start it off then. Fine. Hey, y'all. I am Noah, the bold and great. Again, behold my great glory.
Why again? He deleted the old one.
I did. We did a sound check, and he's the great and powerful Noah, like
Yes.
the head of Oz over here, Zordon.
Do you not see this, Rangers?
May as
Well,
well
there's
be.
no video, so of course they're not going to see.
Of course.
You're right. This is all audio.
Anyways, the clans that I normally main is Golds and Link Joker. Reason for that is Golds was one of my first clans, and Link Joker was my evil dark half when we did that tournament, and they somehow liked me, and I was like, fuck you guys, but whatever.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. So try to keep this PG.
Oh! Well, that was PG-13. Everyone's allowed one.
Actually, now PG-13, the whole movie's allowed one, so you use the one for all of us.
Huzzah!
We didn't make it 2 minutes.
Alright, fine. I'll do the same thing like Battlestar Galactica. Can I use frack? Does that work?
You can use frack. You can.
Okay, there.
You can do self-censored curse words. I don't mind.
Alright. So, anyways, I started off playing Vanguard as a runaway from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay.
When Dragon Rulers came out,
That bad?
they were literally the 4 horsemen of the great Yu-Gi-Oh! Holocaust apocalypse. I don't even know. It was, they dominated everything so much. And see, I'm an honorable fighter. I get into the moment.
Oh,
you know.
that's really honorable. I was about to say, but you play Link Joker.
see, everyone has to have their darker halves. But either way, like, I was really into that whole Heart of the Card stuff. Yes, I know. There's going to be people that are going to be laughing, but it's okay. Because I believe.
I believe in myself.
Exactly. I believe in friendship and stuff. But Dragon Rulers dominated everything. So I was actually quitted Yu-Gi-Oh! And I had that whole void of lack of card games. So then I came to Vanguard. And I did the stupid thing and bought the 2 most expensive decks at the time. Spectral Duke and Phantom Blaster Overlord. And I have discovered Phantom Blaster Overlord hated me. I played that deck, it never worked. Spectral Duke was like, I'm okay with you, but learn.
Give me some time.
So then I met up with Matthew Martini, who is team leader of Elemental Pack in New York.
Okay.
He then basically became my sensei and saw Blaster, the Blaster deck. Was like, okay, I'm taking this away from you, and I'm building you a better deck, and I'll also compensate. So that's when I started playing Angel Feathers. Okay. It was Shem Shell build, and I was I picked that deck up right away. It was amazing. And the first pack I've opened was Breaker of Limits, and it was Ezel.
Your very first open pack was Ezel. That's meant to be.
Yes, it was, and it became my heart. So that's why Ezel. That's why I stuck with Gold, and Gold's it's always been Ezel, and also Liberators. But I'm still super mad that why are these Royals coming into my clan, bruh? Get the fuck out of here! I mean, crap. I'm sorry.
4 minutes in. All right, so that means at 6 and 8 and 10, we're going to get another F-bomb drop from Noah.
We'll frack that. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. It's just I get passionate.
It's okay.
Okay, so you can always do the fun thing. Just bleep. Everyone loves that bleep.
Everyone loves
Everyone loves the bleep.
Nah, we'll keep it. It's on.
Right.
It's on recording now.
it. It's funnier when it's bleeped out.
True. But anyways, so then throughout I love Vanguard because it was the idea of the triggers and everything was made it a lot more fun and synergetic.
Right.
And it's been holding on pretty tight with me, and now it's my main card game. And yeah, I'm one of those guys that believes that decks likes you or not based off of
Me too.
when the triggers show up and everything. So reason for golds is one, it's because of Ezel. Ezel was the main guy. I'm so happy he got Stride. I'm really mad that he didn't get a Revival Legion because like every time I play, I'm like with that Stride. Oh man, if only I had a Legion.
Yeah.
But of course, Liberator took up all the spots for Legion and golds, and this is why I'm so mad. And it's like, okay, I noticed everyone's going to get revival in every set of G. Is getting a revival. Okay, Ezel's definitely going to get it. Vermilion got it last time. Oh, it's Magatsu.
I thought it was gonna be
I thought it was going to be Phantom Blaster over.
I
So
thought it
did
was
I.
going to be actually Magatsu, honestly.
Well, did you see
They've
that?
always done a Dragon Empire so far. The Crimson and the Cross. It's been a Dragon Empire card.
I fracking hate.
Murakamo is also Dragon Empire.
For the listeners, I passionately hate Kageros. Dragon Empire, there's some I can deal with, but Kagero. I have hated that clan from the beginning. They've always gotten good stuff, and they keep on getting good stuff.
And they will keep getting good stuff.
There's just not enough words. I mean, even Novell. Novell is the peak of it.
Novell. I love
You're
Novell.
welcome.
You guys, whatever. But Novell was the peak of it because it's like I read the manga. The manga's like, okay, this card isn't too broke. Next, find the real card. Hey, let's give it
Everything.
Tom ability. Let's give it negate only your triggers, not just both players' triggers. Oh, and on top of that, let's give it a persona nuke the field.
It doesn't even seem that bad nowadays.
It doesn't.
That's because Conroe's dead.
Yeah, but see, during the time. Anyways.
I played it because
Oh, yeah.
Conroe was good.
And before we continue on, we're recording from Get Some Game, my old stomping ground, like I said. Definitely check them out online, guys, at getsomegame.com. If you guys see my videos with all the custom mats that I've been using, I got them printed here, and they do ship anywhere in the nation, as far as I know. So
Not to mention, if you're in the North Carolina area, the state tournaments are going to be at Get Some Games.
that's right. They got the ARG State Championship down here as well, which is June 20th.
Yes.
So if you're around the Charlotte area or North Carolina in general, definitely come check them out.
1224 Commercial Avenue. Put in that plug-in.
Big thanks to Miss Mary and Leon for being amazing owners here.
Yes.
Definitely cater to the community, and they're expanding. So I'm gonna give them a quick shout out.
Yeah.
If you wish to come by, look for the church, otherwise you'll pass the place.
Exactly. Like I did the first time. Like I'm on Commercial Avenue. Like I don't see a sign for Get Some Game. Like
I think everyone passed it the first time thinking it was a church.
Yeah, it's like do they exist? Like
church. I don't know. I guess it's not.
this was I saw it online. I was like, okay, it's not too far from here. I drove down here, drove past it, went back to my fiance's apartment when I was hanging out. I was like, I guess it doesn't exist. And then I kept seeing people talk about it. And I was like, all right, so let's try again. Ended up finding it the second time around.
You saw people outside.
It had to have been something. They're like, look for the. Somebody said, look for the church. I was like, oh, okay, I got it. So, how excited are you for the future gold stuff in G3 so far?
I'm really excited. First things first, as Fire's Collection Stride,
Of course.
Stride, it'll be awesome because like anyone who plays Link Joker against me, like locking, what's that?
Talk about and Fruit Loop Glendios.
Oh yeah,
Does nothing to you.
Nope. Because now I have Grand Ezel that says I unlock, and now I have my Stride that says, hey, I unlock everything too. So, you guys are adorbs.
And the fun part is that you're going to play Fruit Loop anyway.
Which is ironic because again, my second clan is Link Joker. I'm not going to be playing Fruit Loop though. I personally, I know that's your thing, okay, Curtis, brah. I see you over there being like, woohoo.
Peanut Gallery Curtis.
Yes. But I'm going to be going with Messiah because I want to see this new build. I've always been an aggressive player, and it looks like they're trying to be techie with that slight aggression. So
Yeah.
It's lock and aggression. Give it the same blow tech.
yeah. So And gold for the golds in set 3, I'm really excited because if it's going to be generic, I can splash it into Ezel.
Yeah. Some of the stuff they got so far, I feel like a lot of things in G3, from what I've seen, the theme is going to be defensive options.
It is.
That's what it looks like.
But the thing that I'm most excited for is that GB1. Hey, I attack. Look at the top 3. All out 1 because
I'm killing it the second it falls onto the field. The
oh
grade
no,
2,
I expect you to kill it.
it's going. I'm throwing my Vanguard into it. I don't even care.
I expect you to kill it. I mean, come on. Who would let such a beautiful thing that gives me a multiple attack and
it's a 9K, so it's strictly better than all the special interceptors.
Not to mention, since Ezel is going to be a stride-based deck, I will get that GB1 so fast. Mm-hmm. You better stop.
And the stride break, the GB2 skill.
I'm not sure if I'm going to be playing that in with Ezel, but I'm excited for that just as a separate deck. Like I just golds. I stick to my clans.
Yes.
I stick to my clans.
Up in Connecticut, one of the guys that's been on the podcast goes by Knuckles. He claims Ezel as his original avatar. It'd be amazing to watch you two fight each other with Ezel decks.
Oh no! I will accept that challenge because Lions. You're on my turf. All right, dominance. Let's go. Because you've seen me fight. I fight with the blazing passion of 1,000 suns.
I think we all know by now.
We do.
It is great.
It is funny watching you fight.
I know. That's why. Let's hear the lion roar. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you to give that as like an outro. Give me one lion roar deeply into the night before we sign off.
Oh yeah,
that'll be hilarious.
I'll save it, but
we'll save it.
No. Anyways,
Philip,
you guys.
All right. Hey guys, I'm Philip. I've been playing Cardfight for a couple years. Can't remember how long. I got into the game while I was playing Pokemon at a local thing. I saw a couple of other guys playing it and thought, this looks fun. And the art looks beautiful.
It does.
Ever since then, I've been playing particularly because of the art. Mm-hmm. The clans I play, I'll play just about anything that's good, except for stuff
What's good?
with dark art.
So
Shadows, Dark Irregulars.
Link Joker.
Link Joker I can stand, because that's a space.
You're going to love Messiah, though. Like
I am going to love Messiah.
Like all those beautiful artworks were free.
But in my heart, I've got a soft spot for Royal Paladin and Angel Feather.
Mm-hmm. Really? Angel? Yeah.
Angel Feather.
Oh.
It's always been my favorite clan.
Okay. That's legit.
I get it.
Started with the Kagero trial deck. Quickly realized that wasn't my thing. Tried Angel Feather. Loved the clan, loved the art. Wasn't my thing either. Why? Because neither of them were good at the times that I played them. I tried playing Curiel when Breaker of Limits came out, just didn't work.
Wait, what about Shamshell? Like, I tried Shamshell.
When I started playing, Shamshell wasn't out yet.
Ah, you're right. Okay.
And this was Metatron was set 6 as well, right? Or that a little bit later?
That was
Metatron
later.
was later. Because it was first Shamshell.
9, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because I did a fight with Martini, and it's on YouTube under Team Animal Tobacco, Shamshell versus Metatron. Mm-hmm. I got it.
Of the old Angel Feather, Shamshell was my favorite.
Yeah, the versatility of the damage zone.
Defense, too.
Pseudo cross ride status.
I'm disappointed about the strides.
The Angel Feather strides?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't do much.
No,
They don't.
It's pretty much like flipping and then try to give it power to let the rear guards give some kind of pressure, but it doesn't.
But if you watch the opening, it's okay.
Because
It's obvious we're going to get more support.
Because they're going
Really?
Yeah, they're
They're
the
going to be
evil.
one of the villain clans.
They're the villain clan.
Oh my god! I'm excited.
Moving on, I then went to a Royal Paladin deck, with my only disappointment being that there was no starter because Barkle had just gotten banned. Doranbo was his name, I think? Was the only thing.
Talk about the Garmor starter?
No, the
Brugal or something?
Brugal is what I used when it came out, but until
Doran
then,
got Galahad ride chain.
Galahad right chain.
Ill.
Ew.
All the ill.
But it worked to a point.
Yeah.
Then it worked better when Set 4 came out.
Yep.
Those ride chains do a lot more nowadays because most grade 1s are 7K utilities.
Yeah.
Back then it was 8K was a norm for your first ride. So
But still, right, chains are phased out because they're just not that consistent.
yeah, unless you're playing a Tsukiyomi with stride.
Or those decks are just designed that way. Like Magatsu, I'm pretty sure is going to still do his ride chain.
Yeah, just because of the
Yeah.
what the Legion the Legion does now.
But the first real competitive deck I played was Majesty Lord Blaster, of course.
Of course, not surprised.
Your favorite finger to Curtis over there.
Yes. Well, after a while of playing it, I decided to move on from that. And from then, I went through to so many different decks that I can't remember anything else until up to the Nobel format.
You played Descendant and Eradicators for a little bit.
That's right.
You played it at Teams last year.
I played it at Teams last year before Nobel came out.
Yeah.
In fact, for those who don't know, Jason and I were on the same team last year at Atlanta Regionals.
I got carried hard, but
He got carried.
that was sore spot. See, the idea going into it was sound. It's just that the execution with the team matchups did not play into our favor.
I forget, what deck was you playing?
I was playing Spike Brothers because we thought we were going to see a lot of Chaos Breaker, Link Joker stuff going into it.
That's right.
And we thought they were going to be...
You even traded with me when I was playing
Yeah, and they were going to be
Chaos
in the first seat, which is where I sat. I sat in the lead spot. But then I ran into every single Raging Form Dragon deck in the world.
Except for the last one. I ran into that one.
Yeah.
And I came really close, but in that last game, the only game I lost in that tournament, round 7, round before top cut. Last turn, I had one card in hand before drive checks, and I drive checked a non-eradicator.
And he couldn't restand.
Couldn't restand, and that's the only thing that cost me the game.
That round 7, see?
And on that day, you're like, I should have...
And
Dang
that-
it.
And like,
No,
yeah,
I couldn't afford to take that one out of my deck. It was so important.
yeah, it was Rising Phoenix.
Rising Phoenix.
Oh.
And then Ryan got grade stuck that game at 1.
Yep. Drew into all his grade 3s.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
So
Okay.
it all
I could
depended on
have
me
won
going
a couple of
into
those
the
Raging Form games, but the restand and then the luck on it just didn't fall into my favor.
You just couldn't get your break right.
Raging
either.
Form is
Yeah,
a beautiful card.
Bad End was not loyal. As much as I like Bad End Dragger thematically, it just didn't show up consistently for me that day.
And that's what always bothers me about Bad End Dragger. If
you don't land it.
If you don't land it, the deck is a lot less effective.
Yeah,
It can still work, but it's a lot less effective.
he's the whole body of the. Even with the Spike Brothers stuff now, even like if you don't get Bad End, like for your break ride turn, the deck loses to damage triggers.
Really? Interesting. Okay.
Like Ogles do a lot, but you have to be more forwardly aggressive with it than you may prefer to with Spike Brothers if you don't land Bad End Dragger.
Interesting. Okay.
I still like the deck. I'm still going to play it, but it's more of a fun deck for me now that I've moved on and realized what my true play style is, which is more balanced with control factor of removing rear guards out the way.
Kind of like Angel Feather is for me. More of a fun deck. Something that I know I'm not going.
If they do get support, I'm
Celestials,
gonna
by
get back into it because Shell, I miss you. And if you're like, I got really sick of Celestials because
I
Celestials.
love Celestials.
The mechanic was so weird. It's just or not as aggressive. Like I said, I'm an aggressive player.
It was more hand filter.
It was
It was
hand
a
filter,
lot
and I was
too.
also making sure, like, hey, I need this one damage here. This one should be specifically be here, and there you go.
It can never be
It's
flipped
also
over.
late game explosion.
True.
That's its big thing. Late game explosion.
I like to be explosive during the attack. Like that was Shell was when I attack, switch damage. Hey, my ponies get stuff. Also Shell, and also it was defensive because hey, I got hit. Guess what? I get power.
And then Naciel to flip it for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but right now the best explosive deck I feel is Royal Paladins. And that's what brings me back to this
Consistency.
clan. The consistency, the explosive nature, the great early plays, and just the explosive late plays too.
That's true. That's the reason why I on a side note, besides Ezel, which I'm right now I had to slowly build is Glare. Glare, I love you. You're not those royals that came and invaded my clan. You're something new. Oliver, I love your design. You were great for coming in. Bluish Flame. You know, it's one of the few dragons I actually like. I like you because it's this knight that says I've ascended to another level. I became a dragon.
For whatever reason, it wasn't a cross ride, which never made sense.
It never made
to me.
sense, but I think I know why. Because some part of them, the company must have realized that once they made Glare, like with the skill being so strong, that people were going to completely replace it from core. And that's exactly what happened. Is people said, "Screw core."
Yeah, but they made a cross ride. They may have put the two of them together.
True. And the worst part is like, well, maybe it's because they haven't done that yet.
Well, either way, it would have still been one of the only 13K bases in the format.
That's true. Because Narukami's and their brawlers were like,
and once Legion format started, people went away from fielding grade 3s. So that they could re-Legion, and once Stride came out, they could Stride. So your grade 3s became a lot more important in hand. It's just not... Once Legion format started, it was much less automatic. It's not just throw things onto the field.
Yeah.
It is think about what you're going to do with your grade 3s. Every play with your grade 3s is important.
Yeah, especially for the Bluish Flames, because it's like now I have to think: do I Stride or do I save this for the glare? I don't really know. Let's find out. And
let's find out together.
Yeah, let's find out together. And it was good, and I love the consistency because another thing that due to the Stride era is because now when you guys are now at grade 3, it becomes dangerous. So then what I've been training with some of the guys is training at how to stay a little bit longer in grade 2, which all the Paladin clans and also Pale Moon can consistently do their stuff on grade 2, so you can purposely miss time and be like, haha, you can't do stuff, beat you up in the meanwhile.
Now, I don't intentionally misride, but if I am stuck on grade 2, I won't G-assist until after my opponent rides grade 3.
Right.
Yeah.
That comes in handy with Revengers. Assuming you land Abyss in that top check. If you land Mordred, there's times I would look at Mordred, throw everything back into the deck, and be like, I'm not taking Mordred, I'm just going to stay at grade 2 for another turn and keep on going from there.
That's viable as well.
Legit.
Especially because I can keep all my aggression, and that's where the 12 crits come in handy.
Yeah, that's another thing. Glare, 12 crits, pound it, come on.
That's where those 12 crits come in handy, is like, alright, so I can make these full 16K columns with everything in my deck, pretty much. And then if I hit a critical check, now you can't do half your deck because you're restricted out of Legion and Stride while trying to bring back the advantage that I gathered from all the damage I put on you. And then I G-assist into Abyss and then restand after that.
Stuff like that shuts off clans like Gear Chronicle that are very late game based, but it is not as useful against Paladins and such who have those early game plays.
Right.
I love it. Also, set 3, I get in that bluish flame critical trigger that says, hey, I can search too. Yay!
Call from deck, check your top 3 for something, or the top 4
for
something.
Or the bluish flame grade 3.
And then put it to your hand?
So it's like, now I have Aglavale, and I also have that crit trigger. Yay!
That's nasty.
And it goes back to the bottom of the deck. So good.
That's nasty.
It works.
So Curtis, you got the benefit of being last besides Jason, great host.
Hi, Miss Mary. We're recording out here. You want to say hi to the people?
Hi, people. You can park back here too, you know. I always have the gate open so you guys can park.
I never knew that.
Oh. I did. I just never did.
I never knew
Fills
that.
up pretty quick.
Thank you.
It does.
I thought that's what the back
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
that was Miss
probably
Mary,
meant for that now,
the
too.
current owner of Get Some Games.
Yes. Kirsten involved. But we'll give him a chance to talk a little bit.
Damn. I get a chance? Damn, that's broke already.
We give you.
You already got your chance. That's it.
All
All
right.
right, that's good?
2 words.
All
Over.
right. All right. That's fine.
So you guys mentioned that you're going to, or when I was trying to figure out who's going to talk with me this week, you guys mentioned that it's going to be the week before teams. Are you guys going to teams?
Debating.
Debating.
Me and Curtis are going to be on the same team. Our third member is going to be really the guy who taught me a lot of the competitive nature. Zach Locklear.
Yeah. And now, do you guys want to reveal what you're going to play? Because it's going to be up before the teams drop, if you care or not.
I'm not going to reveal what order we're in.
But you are going to. Okay.
It wouldn't really hurt to tell what deck we play at all, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys plan on playing?
We have Dragonic Overlord the X. We have Phantom Blaster Abyss. And we have, most likely, Thingsaver Dragon.
Okay. So the main 3 that I would be expecting at this time to be top end.
The original Trinity.
Yep, the original Trinity.
Yeah.
The
But
3 that
there-
always topped.
Yep, but there are so
The 3
many
clans
more.
that always topped.
But there's so much more than those three at this format. We've got Nova Grapplers, we've got...
Soon Aquaforce.
Soon Aquaforce.
By the time our regional comes around, set 2 is going to be in full effect, and everybody's going to have their stuff for that.
But not next week, so we've got
that
Nova Grapplers.
Some Gear Chronicle. Gear Chronicle does
Gear
alright.
Chronicle does good, but it takes a really good player to pilot it because you have to be paying attention to everything your opponent has. You have to know all their options, and you have to know you cannot blindly go into Ragnarok. You cannot blindly go into Chronos Command. But you have to stride.
Not to mention hand management too, because
Gear Chronicle doesn't have much advantage.
Only draw triggers, and hopefully they can keep continually bottom decking stuff. Outside of those two things, they don't have much in terms of card advantage at all.
They've got that anti-legion at least. Throw things in the opponent's deck so that if they legion, it thickens their deck a little bit.
in terms of the field, I was bouncing back for my Link Jokers. I mean, goals, I'm like, that's cute. But Link Jokers, it's like, I still need this to beat you in.
And a lot of clans are like that. Like, Dimension Police which is another one of those big decks. Dimension Police doesn't like constantly having their grade 1s thrown back into the deck.
Right, especially Laurel.
Especially Laurel.
The centerpiece, the stalwart of their whole deck. Like, the extra booster helped them, but it's still a lot on the shoulders of Laurel to be able to pull things together for them.
That's true.
That's why I got restricted to 1 in Japan. And if a lot of teams top in this team format, Laurel's going to get hit to 1 like Conroe got restricted out of the deck at starter last year.
Yeah, that, and if we see a lot of Dragonic Overlord DX, which we already have, we'll likely see Calamity Tower Wyvern restricted as well.
Yeah. It's just crazy the dichotomy between Bushiroad America and then over in Japan. Like, I know they have way more tournaments in Japan to be able to monitor this stuff.
There's also Singapore. Singapore's the heart.
Yeah. You would think that, like, what applies for one would apply in the other, especially when it comes to World Championship stuff. Because when you combine in the Japan people,
it really becomes attitude. Like each one of these different nations, get it, has a different have their different attitudes.
Right.
America especially loves aggression and defensive, like on the extreme sides. That's why people like the default here that most people you'll see is like, hey, Kagero, because it's defensive and aggressive.
a lot of them.
But you won't see much Oracle Think Tank in Japan.
Didn't see much play.
Unlike America.
Japan prefers consistency over a big play or a good play.
Yes, exactly.
And restanders.
That too, but
That's
above,
consistency.
Above all, consistency is what they love.
Yeah. Which I get. I respect that. I like consistency too. Of course, this is coming from the Spike Brothers player.
I'm growing to love them. I've been growing to love consistency more than especially like I'm an aggressive player, but goals. This is because we're very consistent.
Right. Like I'm definitely starting making that shift towards more consistent play because consistency wins games.
You play in shadows. That is my definition of the consistency. Like every time I see when Avengers first came out, I was like, "What the heck? This is
everything you could desire.
You could ever desire. You build this deck, you're good for like several formats," and it was true. And now Stride like Legion era is like, okay, you got a little bit more of a boost, and then now is the Stride era. Oh my god. What shenanigans is this?
A little more of a boost with Legion era. They were the best deck for a while with Legion.
Yeah, exactly.
And it came out earlier here, and then it just ran train through everything.
It was even more so because
until Worlds.
It was even more so during the Legion era because like, hey, we can also use Sing Saber too. What?
Until Bushro was like,
oh, we made a mistake.
Except in the Worlds tournament where they allowed Thing Saber Abyss. Only one player made it to the top 4 with it because it wasn't as widely played as Thing Saber Alfred.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because people would either play Kagero, which could retire Wingle Brave, Abyss, which could retire Wingle Brave.
Actually, Worlds was before that set.
Before the extra booster?
Before Blazing Perdition.
Okay.
Wow.
So Kagura wasn't very popular at the time. It was just Revengers and Seekers.
Oh, them crazy nights. Going at it again.
Of course, always.
Oh, speaking of which, Curtis, your decks, what do you play?
You might as well explain
insert
yourself
here.
now. I was joking earlier.
Okay. Well, for how I got into this game. How I got into this game. Wait, what you doing?
Intro, bro. What
Intro.
you got?
Okay, my name is Curtis.
There you go.
For how I got into this game is I'm the personification of what an anime nerd in America it would be. So how I got into this game was really pretty much watching the anime. Mm-hmm. But the reason I got into the card game was I love playing multiple card games. So when I was in a null with playing Yu-Gi-Oh, I wasn't finding any Pokemon players, and since Voice Force hasn't hit America yet, I had nothing to play for a while. So that's when I picked up Cardfight Vanguard. So it was also by Bushy Road. Mm-hmm. I started off with my 5 main clans are Kaguro, Bermuda Triangle, Great Nature, Bling Joker, and then on the side I like to play Nova Grappler.
Funny you mentioned Kaguro first, because Bermuda's your big thing.
I mean, I said Kaguro because I'm playing it right now. But when I started this game, I was in high school. I played Gold Paladins. I used to love the deck back then. Now I don't. I hate it. I hate the idea of it. Now. I'll discuss about it in a minute. Though.
Okay.
My first big tournament was playing in the Stand Up Cup Challenge. This is where Phil kind of hates me for playing when he was playing MOB. Stand Up Cup Challenge. I was in high school. I had no money, so I was playing a really poor deck. I had no perfect guards. I ran extra grade zeros. I ran extra grade zeros for more shield, and the only 2 good grade 3s I had were Pelennor and Garmor.
Oh.
1 copy of each, by the way. I won the stand up.
The shirt out of me.
I sacked everyone, and I ran Mega Blast Aggravain, and then I got it off twice in the tournament.
You monster.
Standing at a 15k base. So yeah, 15k base can help you quite a bit.
He hit everything turn 2 against me, including a critical trigger and a full field, and then next turn rode into his only Garmor.
Oh my god, you monster.
Yes.
Ew.
I got first place in Stand Up Challenge with that. And after that, I improved the deck after that. It became Pelennor Garmor. But after set 9 and everything, that's when Bermuda's finally took a hit into me playing it more competitively. Now I love how Noah loves the hell out of Ezel. I love Pacifica to no end.
You're not wrong.
I played Pacifica for the longest time. When I went first to regionals, I got top 32 with Pacifica, and with a build that no one saw coming. The build had the craziest grade 3 lineup. It had 2 North Pacifica, 2 Crossfire Pacifica, 1 Bermuda Princess Lena, 1 Labrador, and 2 Break Ride. I beat the N players, I beat the MOB players. The only 2 players I lost to were all Duke players. I could not really do it against anything against that restand.
See, restand, the consistency.
The restand is consistent.
Oh my god, do you think they're going to get any stuff in that Academy of Divas, Pacifica?
Oh, Pacifica has always gotten support each set so far. Okay. So she will definitely get something else in this set.
This should be interesting.
She definitely will.
But
she could be a stride.
Even when duels came out,
just want to grow up.
I still play Pacifica. When everyone played duels around here, I was playing Pacifica. I beat most of them with Pacifica. Because to play Pacifica, you gotta know how to at least maintain your hand size.
This is true.
This is true. This is why Bermuda's was the deck I could not play, because I was not smart enough. I was just like, what do I do with cards?
I like simple things. That's why I never played Bermuda's.
Oh, you would have loved the aggressive duo build though.
Yeah, the aggressive build.
The duo build was like, I understood it. It's like, oh, okay, I got this. It's
That was
just
one of
my
my
thing.
favorite decks.
Yeah.
By the way.
I'm
That
not
was one of my favorites.
I'm not mocking duos. I have a duo build, but it does not run rate at all. I have no rates.
It's because it knows it doesn't like it. The deck knows you don't like it.
Well, that and I don't entirely want to play rate. Honestly.
Exactly.
When the rate's good and you accept that.
The rate is good. I'm not gonna deny it. It's technically the easiest restand out there.
Right. So then, as a Bermuda player, what do you feel about Revier?
Riviera, I loved it when it came. I built the deck the second it came. I tried to build the deck.
Legion?
Yeah, the Rival Legion. When it came out, I tried to build it the second I could. I did play it.
She's the cover card for the Academy of Divas too.
Rivieras? Okay, so she's definitely getting this right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be... So, I'm thinking... If DP got, 4 strides or 5 in their extra booster?
Well, that's the thing. I don't think it's an extra booster. It's called something
It's called
else.
a clan booster. They're changing it up now.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're doing something different. But either way, I'll know this. You guys are going to get alt art again.
The pack layout's different.
All that alt art.
It's like you get 15 packs, and I think you get 4 cards per pack, and then you get 2 rares. Or 2 cards of rarity in there.
All the artwork
I'm sure
in the world.
I got a friend up in the north, Corey Kai. He's been on the show before. He played duos. He was hyped about duos. I'm sure he'll correct me when this comes out. But the pack layout's different. At the very least, you're guaranteed 2 rares. So you could get a rare, triple rare, or a rare, double rare in any one pack. And every pack is like that.
It's going to look so pretty.
And they do have... Their enabler came out. It's got a black and a white artwork to it.
Of
And
course
it's
it
Prism
does.
Duo, so
It's
works
Prism Duo,
with
so it
every
works in both
build.
decks.
It works in every deck.
Technically.
It's
Yes.
an enabler. You got.
I mean, if it doesn't run Limit Break, then of course it doesn't work in every deck.
Of course.
Hey,
But-
say that to the guy who...
Say that guy. Yeah, say that the good guy carried at regionals. Oh my god, we're not. We have to forget it for now.
Nah, you can talk. We take shots on this show sometimes.
I still don't understand how he had to have gotten carried.
Wait,
Like
tell the listeners.
you don't have to give names, but you can
the
tell the story.
Oracle Dink player of the guy the team that top first. His build had
At California,
at California.
specifically.
He had no limit break grade 3s or cards that had limit break, but he ran the limit break enabler.
4 of it.
4 copies straight out. At this point, he may have just run him vanilla. There is no point of him running the limit break enabler.
For real. At least like
And the AK vanilla would have given him more power, if anything.
or an AK.
She's running Toms and Coco. Of course it would have.
Yes, like there was literally no point for him to run a limit break enabler if he wasn't going to do anything with it.
That just shows you how powerful Kadro and Abyss are in this format, though.
Yeah, still, and it's gonna keep getting stronger with the future stuff that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So Noah, for teams, you said you're on the fence about it.
I'm on the fence because, in terms of picking the clan I want to play. Right now, Blaster's not an option.
Right.
Because one, it's Starvader. Starvader is very grade 3 base, and once I get to grade 3, it gets dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any way of superior calling besides like Colony Maker, but that's such a waste of my resources that I need to lock on you.
Mm-hmm.
And with Royals, Gear Chronicles, being more more strider oriented, and they do a lot of stuff while they're striding.
Right.
It hurts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Atmos helps, but still not to the degree I wish.
Mm-hmm.
Ezel, obviously, I don't have the support yet, and it's not. And Ezel has always been a deck that it needs some work. Now, Glare. Now,
Glare would be
Bluish
my
Flame.
pick.
Could definitely work, but then I have to. Then the real issue is figuring out my team,
Right.
because one, all of them have different schedules, so life things. Two, most of my teammates don't quite have what you would call like the most common decks played.
Right.
And most of my team members are new players. Like my girlfriend Maddie just started playing. Her best friend Gabby is playing Oracle Tank. They're still in the training phases. And the couple people that I could pick that could play, like Quentin playing
Pale Moon. And
either Pemon or Amon.
Yeah.
Amon would not be strong enough currently because again needs the support. Like
Right.
we're so excited for the future stuff right now. Like at least on Spider's collection, then we can actually really get in there.
Right.
She said 3 though.
Huh?
She said 3 for
She
Amon.
said 3. like I said, we're gonna get at least a half a case of that.
Drop
thing.
all the ducats.
Yeah, it has 2 of my clans. It has all of the dark irregulars, and on top of that, Grant, he's building Shadow Paladins, and so it's like this is the money set, please.
For you guys. For us, it was set 1.
That's true.
For me, it's gonna be set 3 and the legend deck.
Yeah.
Oh, legend deck.
Yeah, so good.
Blaster Diablo needs to hurry up and get here. I'm so upset that Bushiroad pushed it back 2 weeks because I could have played that at teams along with the rest of the world, but they don't matter. I just wanted to play my deck at full capacity. Now I'm kind of on the fence because with G2 stuff coming out, I can play Narukami, which I plan on playing. I plan on building the sweep version of the deck. People say it's bad.
Routers or
No.
No, Eradicator.
Sweep Eradicators with the superior over Chopper Stride.
Interesting.
Yeah. with the way they ruled it, they left it open, which is why Pelennor keeps getting hyped for gold paladins, because you can stride, you can ride or move, because it's not technically a ride. You can move over top of your stride and get Pelennor to attack and get another twin drive off.
Yeah, that's a good
I
point.
can do the same thing with the starter.
Not to mention with the Cray Elemental that gives the 10k anything with 10k base plus 1k, it actually would be all right.
Yeah.
I suppose.
So like, I have two options. It's either going to be Stride Narukami, or it's going to be Abyss still. So I'm going to play both. I'll play either one to feel comfortable. I just want to figure out which one I feel more comfortable with when it comes around. Because both of them are good. Both of them are really good. I just need to figure out which one I want to play.
You know, like, for, I right now have a brawler deck because that exploding your field is nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to play Brawlers, but then this was after I acquired Abyss fully. So I was like, I have no reason to shell out more money for this up when Abyss does everything I could.
Yeah, it's very much like in terms of card fight as a player, you have to you either choose, hey, I'm going to just pick up, try a little bit of everything, or you stick to your main thing. Just like, I can wait. Patience is a virtue, after all.
I would know, if you try to take a little bit of everything, it'll cost you a lot of money.
Exactly.
I have played a lot of clans.
That's the beauty of like things like Card Fight Area, playing online, being able to dabble into stuff.
God, that thing's helped so much.
Because that's what helped me want to get Abyss. Because like, all right, I need something.
The shuffling system still sucks.
It does.
So if you're listening, Card Fight Area, please
find another algorithm.
Yes, please.
There's been times I've seen like the same card like tripled up.
No, you can actually like.
You can manipulate it, can't you?
Yeah, I've learned about it. Like they have changed this algorithm. The first algorithm was if you put anything in the bottom, you're probably going to get something of the like on top. Which, by the way, like triggers, grade 1, they do things by the type of grade or the type. And when it comes to zeros, it's also the type of is the type of zero. They have those set into their algorithm. So if you put a critical at the bottom, you'll get a trigger onto the top. It may not be the same trigger, but you will get a trigger.
So if you've got the perfect grade 1, you put it on the bottom and you're guaranteed to get it.
Not guaranteed. It's set as a group. So if you put a grade 1 to the bottom, you'll probably get a grade 1 on top.
So about after you shuffle?
Yeah, after shuffle.
Okay.
They changed the algorithm, but not by much. Now it's instead of you put something on top, it'll go to the middle, and whatever's in the middle will go to the bottom, and whatever's at the bottom will go to the middle. So it's.
Yeah, it's
the point is, I figured out the pattern. Fix it.
I found you out.
Yes, I have found you out, and I know those few players that fracking know the system too. So the struggle is real.
Now, what else you guys want to talk about?
Well, here's another thing: is in terms of I haven't been watching the anime. What do you guys expect is going to be like? Bushiroad has been having a bad habit of, whatever's shown on the TV show, or the guys who get it are going to get, guys to certain clans get the stuff. So, what do you guys is going to be expecting to be the major stuff, get more major stuff in
the future?
Based off of anime.
Besides the obvious Gear Chronicle.
Yeah, besides the obvious Gear Chronicle.
Of course, Angel Feather, because it's pretty much all but confirmed to be villain clan status.
The second villain appears to be playing Genesis.
Really?
Yeah.
He can't be Oracle Think Tank because that belongs to another character.
But it was
it's a male in like heavenly type garb and clothing. So it's hinted that he's playing. But since it wasn't shown that well, all I can say is it's either Oracle Think Tank or Genesis. At this point, it would have to be Genesis though.
Interesting. Okay.
So we're probably gonna see Genesis support along with the Angel Feather.
Oh man, United Century being too strong as always.
Now, no guarantee about them being good. But they will
get things.
Yeah, they will get things.
I mean, so far the sets haven't been doing a bad job at all of giving the clan a good support.
Yeah.
I've not
that's true.
I've not denied.
The worst I've seen so far, I'd have to say, is Narukami, and that
still did pretty good.
Good support.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Because again, Angel Feathers was one of my first decks. I really wanted to play it again. I wasn't able to because of shenanigans.
Special place in my heart. I'd love to play that deck again.
Me too. Right. Also, Fire's Collection, when it was starting to be revealed, I am so mad at what they did with Link Choker. Because, they were both strides were designed for Glendios.
I play Glendios.
I know.
What was the other stride? I know.
The other stride is I forget its name, but its ability is it gains 5k for every locked unit on your opponent's side of the field. So basically, you have to Omega Lock in order to do stuff. There's only 2 cards that do that. Not including, the Loop Stride. But either way...
And one of them...
And Bolt Line.
Dang, it's a Saint Blow? It just needs a crit. That's all it needs.
The interesting, speaking of Link Joker, come set 3, it's going to be the mirror matchup. Messiah mirror matchup. Because I think the stride break, I can't remember if it's Amnesty or Judgment Messiah, or if those are the strides. Either way, the grade 3 Messiah, the GV2 ability says when something unlocks,
Yes, you Soul Blast 1 and draw a card.
It says something at any
Meaning
point in time.
both you or your opponent.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
The technical matchup between that is going to be fun to watch.
I'm just excited because it's sort of I have to relearn the plan because with Messiahs they're acting differently, and it's
completely different.
It's different, but the thing is, what I saw, what me and my friend are doing is because we see that a lot of the old Link Joker stuff does not need Star Vader name. Colony Maker is one card that does not need Star Vader. It needs to call Star Vader, but it does not need the Star Vader Vanguard or Carnivals.
That's true. And that's
Same thing with the Relocker for Grade 1. It does not need a Star Vader Vanguard. All it needs to do is relock a card.
So you still have Colony Maker and Palladium.
Do you think they're gonna? Do we have a? Has it revealed an?
They haven't revealed anything. They haven't revealed anything.
They did
So
Unflipper. The Unflipper says when it unlocks. You
then I have a battle strategy then.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So pretty much when it unlocks, you unflip the damage.
Okay, that's
And it has resist.
yeah.
Woo! Well,
Remember,
resist only
resist
applies.
can actually hurt you in a certain matchup.
Resist applies to your opponent's skills.
Okay,
which
but I
includes
can still lock it,
Diablo.
right?
Huh?
I can still lock it, right?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
lock
you
it.
can still lock it.
But
It says
your
your
opponent can't do
opponent's
anything.
Okay.
It literally just says your opponent's
But
effect.
But
for
for
resist,
Diablo and the grade 2 that works when you Legion, you cannot choose it. You cannot choose a unit with resist because it's from your opponent's effect,
Right.
even though you're choosing.
or like Narukami things that say choose one of your rear guards. You can't choose resist units, which means it's good in the fact that you don't have to retire it, but it only hurts you during Diablo matchups.
Because then it's like I wanted to kill. Oh, I can't.
Exactly.
Okay.
There was a weird ruling debate going on about if you could retire Stamp Otter to pay the cost.
That's one of those things.
It was like a wording semantics thing. Like,
What have you guys heard about that so far?
The ruling was completely false. Where Stamp Otter can't be retired by.
Yeah, it can't. The argument is the retire part of a cost, not actually retiring it, kind of thing. Pretty much, can you loophole around the retire, or you can't retire of Stamp Otter?
And it can't because it's
Right.
one of those question mark things. Like, are you going to do it?
You can't.
No?
Yeah,
Okay.
Stamp Otter. You can pick Stamp Otter to be retired, but it doesn't retire, so it doesn't. You still have to pick something else to be able to guard for Diablo because you're not
it won't
actually
count
retired.
as retired.
Yeah.
It does not count as being retired, basically.
All right. So then that segues to this question. Threat level of upcoming stuff. What do you think is going to
Diablo's the biggest threat.
Top
Diablo,
10.
Not even that. That's literally at number 1 right there.
Yeah.
we've been looking at Japan's results.
Nothing.
They've got to do something about it.
Nothing's been topping but Revengers at this point.
Diablo,
There was one
or not
on
Diablo.
Aquaforce stack.
There was one Aqua Force deck, but
Fruit Loop's been topping.
Yeah, it has been.
it has been.
Fruit
But
Loop's top 2 tournaments so far.
consistently though, you're seeing top 4. It's Revenge. It's like Shadow Paladin, right there in the top 4 always. It's like there hasn't been one Shadow Paladin deck.
If they
So then,
if they
tips on
choose-
countering.
There is no this is one of the few decks where I'm gonna say instead of countering it, I'll play it. That's what I say about most decks, though. you don't. That's the idea. Like everyone's like, how do you beat this deck? How do you beat this deck? I'm like there's no real answer on how to beat this deck because you don't know if you're gonna be playing it, and you don't know if your deck can counter it. So the best idea I can give, the best advice I can give them is you gotta be able to outplay it.
And if Bushiroad wants to restrict Diablo use, they have to restrict it away from Revengers. That's the only option, really. Because once you combine it with the Revenger stuff, that's when it gets to that next level of threat. Because
Do you
Blaster
agree with
Dark,
this, Curtis? I think the first thing they need to look at is Judge Bow.
Judge Bow, one of the few
Judge
things.
Bow.
Yes.
no, my dog,
Judge Bow is one of the few things that is.
my dog.
Second thing it would be is that grade 2 with the Legion.
Which grade 2?
The one that says that basically gives
one
it that gives it a Diablo effect. That says, hey, you need to retire stuff.
Yeah.
It's not released
It's
yet. It
not
comes
you-
out. It comes
I know.
out set 3.
I know what I'm saying. Like,
Future
I
stuff.
mean, it's not gonna be out, but like, it will be a constant threat
But
if you play Abyss with it.
It's a counterblast cost, so that's when it gets heavy because
Right, but
Abyss
like-
itself is 2 counterblasts.
Right, but then there's like, again, I still feel like it's still a big threat.
It only matters if they decide to give Shadows an unflipping PG.
Which they probably will.
Well, just every set usually will give one.
Right, and that's
It's
when
the-
and that's
the
when it
only
becomes a
reason-
hassle.
Do you think they will? Because they
No,
which-
every clan has got one, so why wouldn't they get one?
The
because
name,
which
the
because
name
they
is a
revealed
weird
which
case
Because that was the
wasn't,
trial deck. That wasn't
that
actually the set.
That was a
The
trial.
set releases the unflipping perfect guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was technically a deck.
Okay.
The only thing that
So basically, wait till the rest of GB3 comes out, and then we can scream.
I'm already screaming.
and so is the rest of the world. Like it's undoubtedly strong.
It's either with Glee or with great.
Usually when they restrict things, they restrict the starter,
Yeah.
which I love Judge Bow, and if they do hit it, I'm gonna be sad.
They restrict whatever's important to the deck. For
For
Draconic Overlord, the X, that is Calamity Tower Wyvern.
So yeah.
it was completely that. You get a plus and you get to recycle your Legion.
Thankfully, if they hit Judge Bow, Shadow Paladins have like 1,003 different other ways to call out Swordbreaker if they choose
They
to
do,
play it.
but it's not as
They do.
consistent as Judgment.
It's not as
It's
consistent, but it still
Judge
it still
Bow,
wouldn't
yeah.
make me want to remove Swordbreaker from the deck.
Right.
Right.
I'm
not saying
But
I'm not
it
saying
would
remove
make
it.
the deck a lot less effective.
Like the idea is not to like kill the deck. The idea is to make it slower.
Like
Because
they
that
did with
threat level
Nobel.
too is too strong.
It didn't kill Nobel to kill. Killing Conroe did not kill Nobel, but it slowed it down a lot and really hurt its consistency by not allowing you to search out whatever grade 1 you needed.
Which in America, by the way, you know, that when
Now-
something starts going on, they're like, oh, fuck it. No, I mean, god dang it.
That's 3. You're now the world record holder of the podcast of curse words in one show.
Yay!
Now this means that they're gonna try and break it.
Can insert applause right there.
Well, if we can count my middle fingers, that's more. But that's
Well, that's
not
your
something-
favorite finger. Battle Block Theater. Love that. Love that.
But that's not something they're going to hear.
I know you can't hear the middle finger.
Exactly. You just said like favorite finger, bro. Favorite
Yeah.
finger.
And now, even if they do hit Judge Bow, it will hurt the deck some, but
It won't kill the deck.
like, and it still won't drop the threat level of Diablo itself.
It won't. Like they never like the way Bushiroad does things is one we haven't had a ban card yet. That's for one.
Yeah.
We haven't had a ban card yet, and if they do restrict something, it's usually restricted to 2 or as it can't be used as a starter. Laurel is one of the first ones I've seen as restricted as 1.
With reason.
Yeah, with reason.
I get why they did that.
Yeah, with reason, there's a reason, like a completely good way for why Laurel be at 1. But it, like honestly, from what I've been playing online against the deck, I've only lost a couple times against it. But the thing is, I play a lot of joke decks on there because there's no point in me testing a real deck on there because with the shuffle algorithm and everything.
Yep.
I test real decks on it just to get the feel for how it goes. Because for every bad shuffle, for every like 3 bad shuffles you get made one that gives you the nuts to see what it's like if the deck goes at full capacity.
The three joke decks I've been playing have been the Pale Moon Legion, with Lark Pigeon being the funniest thing I've done so far.
Yeah.
I played against a lot of Diablo players. I played Grand Blue. Honestly, I never ran out of resources, so they never could kill me. And then the big one that I was just messing around with was playing the Crimson.
Okay.
You love that one.
The Crimson was just fun to play, and with
It's nice having all your counterblast at your disposal.
right, and you don't use counterblast in that deck, so
Yeah, it's like,
outside
hey,
of Death Sight.
Power Blasting.
Death Scythe and pretty much the on booster retire.
Yep. Voltage Horn.
Voltage
Voltage Horn gets there.
Voltage Horn and the stride as
He's
well.
amazing. People, that deck's gonna be fun to play. The Stride deck. I got a video up that online if you guys want to check it out.
And to go back, I'm still actually sort of mad. You had to point out that fact that hey, it's been the Dragon Empire that's been getting the revival legions.
Yeah, I mean,
God.
it's still a complete fact.
Yeah.
Fucking damn it.
Kagro, Narukami, Murakamo, still a Dragon Empire.
Let's see,
So
we're at.
who's next? We still have Dragon Empire clans.
Nuba. If it's Nuba, it's probably
Yeah, it's Nuba's last.
Nubatambas and Tachis.
And those two have not been in a set yet, so
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so possible.
Tachikaze.
I would not mind Tachikaze. I
wouldn't mind it. I mean,
I love that.
Tachikaze is
They need
basically
something.
extinct. I mean, the two clans are like at the
It had the
at the
best.
gutter. Is
In my opinion, in the break ride format, it had the best break ride.
well, no, I mean right now.
I'm
right
saying
now,
in the break ride format, it had the best break ride.
that's true.
You got pluses and a crit with it.
I say bad end was better, but that's just me. I'm biased.
I mean, with bad end, you were like with bad end, it's like you were getting power of everything. But I'm talking about standing alone with the, like just what it could do. Like it didn't have like
I agree. Mordred's too strong.
Mordred was good.
Mordred was good, but I still feel like Spinal Driver was one of the best break rides out there.
Mordred was good, or Mordred is good now just on name alone.
You also want to know a clan that I feel bad about?
Mordred is
Grand
relies
Blue.
on the support.
I feel bad about Spikes. Their 2 strides and Fighters Collection. Well, one was good, one was god awful. Geronimo, horrible, terrible. Should not be allowed to exist right now until Spike Brothers get more deadly stuff in the future.
Yeah, but then again, like it feels like remember, Fighters Collection was basically made as just gimmicky.
Flash Bruise,
It was made to give every deck something
boost.
tried.
Flash Bruce is good. Even though it's a break even, you still get power for the thing you call out.
Not for S Stranger, but we're not getting that in America.
Let's see, we're at 55 minutes.
Woo!
Any last things you guys want to talk about before we sign off?
I'm not trying to dish you here, Noah, but with like the idea of one of the few things I've been seeing players have the wrong idea about is the idea of consistency within a Vanguard deck. So one of the few questions I've been seeing pop up a lot is which is the more consistent deck, Royal Paladins or Gold Paladins? I saw a lot of comments commenting Gold Paladins.
Gold Paladins?
Yeah,
Yeah.
which one's more consistent?
I saw a lot of players comment
Yeah.
Gold Paladins.
Really? No.
But I like what I love to like what all of them was the same thing. I always call a rear guard. I can always call a rear guard. I can always call a rear guard.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between consistently calling a rear guard and being a consistent deck in general.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt about that. I'm not questioning that. I mean, golds, especially early golds, we stinked.
Yeah, because all you guys had to sack to get what you needed.
Yeah. It was.
Technically, you guys still have to sack, but you have a better chance at it now.
Right.
Yeah. No. Now
Top four. Yeah, you got a better chance at
Top
sack.
3.
But you still have. It's still
top 3 to
sacking on.
5.
It's still
I
sacking
mean,
on.
I would
less.
argue Royals because all the variants of Royals, at least you can get what you want.
You
Yeah.
like with Royals, it may be counterblast heavy.
It's like search your whole deck.
And that was another thing. They talk about counterblast.
Yeah.
It may be counterblast heavy, but you whiff less with Royals than you ever will with Golds.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not doubting.
Swordby,
that at
you
all.
immediately get Swordby, you immediately have a booster that would not kill you at all, hurt you at all.
So that does depend on the damage you get.
That too, but like, I mean, it may be, but again, like there's still a lower chance of you whiffing.
Yeah.
Than
I'm
a Gold
not
Paladin
arguing
player
that at all.
was.
Yeah.
I mean, I just like golds because my lion's here.
Because like,
I want to play with bears.
because you can't control if you call a
Great
grade
nature.
3 or grade 2. So you may call a grade 2 behind a grade 3 or a grade 3 behind a grade 2.
Yeah.
You can't control that, and the biggest problem was them calling triggers. Kashko was one of the cards to fix that, but it still wasn't a big enough fix.
And it's a stand trigger.
It's stand
Yeah.
trigger too.
Yeah. So.
Catch me out's bad.
Catch go.
Well, I won't say bad, just because stand triggers with effects are alright.
Stand triggers with effects are all
It was one of the first
right,
ones that did something good.
Yeah.
It's
Wouldn't that be,
in most cases, it's just not
Musketeer?
worth running the stand trigger.
Just
Just because it's the stand
it
trigger
was
and
actually,
crits work.
so far,
It was actually golds.
Bushy Road right now. Bushy Road has a habit of making the stand triggers have such good effects that you want to try running them.
Yeah, at least 4 of them.
Right.
Just to try it
But
out.
like what recently happened is in California, the cross player topped with stand triggers in his deck.
Oh yeah, the one that gives 10k when you retire something.
Yes,
Amazing.
it goes back into the deck too.
Call it out, retire something.
You give a card
plus-
10k,
then
give
it
the
goes-
cross 10k, so the restand is
Just 'cause
more
you
possible.
can.
Yeah,
Just clapping at the skill because I hate that.
and it goes back in the deck, so all your
Pox.
triggers back in the deck, and you technically said I'm giving you a card 10k.
A pox upon that clan. Pox. But anyways, yeah.
Anything else, you guys? Anything? Last comments before we sign off?
Well,
Is it time, Noah?
yes, it's time.
All right.
The lion roars deeply into the night.
That wasn't a roar. Try harder.
Roar!
And with
That
that,
was the word roar.
do the roar, daddy. And with that, guys, I will bring this episode to a close. Big thanks for Get Some Game for being a great home to me for a couple of years that I was here before I moved up.
Again, don't forget to stop by if you are in the North Carolina area.
Yes, they're hosting the ARG State Championship June 20th here at Get Some Game. So
Again, 1224.
1224 Commercial Avenue, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yep.
Definitely come check them out. Check out their website if you guys need a custom playmat done. The ones I've seen are amazing. The ones I have were done here, like my Death Scythe mat, my Spike Brothers mat.
Very well done too.
Yes, Noah. Full disclosure, Noah designed that with my backing.
Yes.
Because I didn't have any kind of photo edit software at all at the time.
Still so proud. I did a lot of research into that too.
A quick Google search of football fields.
Yeah, football fields. Had to make sure to also get those Spike Brothers pictures too.
Exactly. All right, guys. Until next time, guys. Peace. If you guys like, comment, subscribe to my channel for more content. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
See you guys.
Hope you have fun.
Peace.
Already left, so.
Yeah, Curtis is out. Peace.